So guys, oftentimes I get this question, what is a frangible? What does it do? Do I need them? And should I use them for self-defense in the home? If you know me, I'm a big proponent for the folks who want to buy a rifle as their first in-home self-defense gun. People who are outside of our world tend to see that as a rifle for, really powerful and really far away, but actually they're easier to use, they're easy to acquire, they're very functional, they're very ergonomic, they're very good for people who are small statured because you can adjust the stock length, they're low recoil, high magazine capacity, all kinds of good things, particularly when it comes to home defense purposes. So then the question is, we train a lot with frangible rounds on steel targets. As you know, if you didn't know, frangibles are made of basically powder. In this case, we're using ammunition which is made with a copper powder, tungsten powder, and plastic, and it's bound together, and then it's jacketed. So the frangibles we look at right now are the Mark III 11 style 50 grain copper tungsten ones compared to a 55 grain full metal jacket bullets. So we wanted to do a couple tests. Is it useful in the home? First of all, let's make something clear. Shooting bad guys with frangible rounds works just fine. So that's actually not in question. What is in question is, do frangibles break apart on common household or common urban environment barriers, such as sheet metal, such as in car doors, and such as wood, such as in home studs or furniture? Okay, so these are the two things we're going to do, and we have a pretty unsophisticated test for you. We have a oil drum, which is going to be our new burn barrel. So the thickness of the sheet metal will approximate a car door. It's made of steel. We're going to shoot through it, see what damage it does, and then we'll also put it in front of the paper target to see what it does to the paper target. Similarly, we have already got this one set up. We're going to shoot through it a 2x4. Again, these are common things we have on the range. Once we shoot through the 2x4 with the frangible, we'll see what it does to a clean piece of paper. And then, just because it hits the paper and damages it, maybe it's just splinters of wood or fragments of the, jacket or whatever. We're going to see if it actually hits a freshly painted steel target, actually, knocks off the paint like a bullet would. Okay, so today, my student who's going to help us with it, so please load and make ready. Awesome. Let's take a couple steps forward, please. We're going to take a knee and place one perfect shot through the 2x4 into basically the face of that paper silhouette. Anytime you're ready, just on your own, nice and slow. Okay. Weapon on safe, muzzle up. Thank you. Come on forward. You guys all heard it, a perfectly good ping. There's our entrance wound on the wood. There's our exit in the wood. Okay, here's our exit. This is a previous one, don't worry about that one. This one where my finger is, that's our exit. So it looks like a nice round entrance. It looks to be a nice round exit. Where did it go? There it is, there's the camera. Nice round exit. Okay, so when we look at the target, we have some powder, a little bit of powder, but really superficial, and we have the bullet. It appears to have broken potentially into two pieces because we have a nice round hole and something else right there. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I see potentially two holes or two pieces, or maybe it's turned sideways. I'm not sure. Regarding the hit on the back side of the target, it is definitely hit with full authority. It's functioned exactly like normal. It did also carry with it a few pieces of paper which have stuck to the spray paint here because the spray paint was still tacky. So, test conclusion. Frangible ammunition will go through a 2x4 and will be effective in an anti-personnel capacity. So, shooting the frangibles in your home. Number one, will it damage bad guys? Yes. Number two, will it damage your family members and your neighbors? The answer is also yes. All right, so remember, frangible rounds are designed for close range training on a steel target. All right, let's go to our second test. We're gonna push this thing out of the way. Bear with us for a second. We're gonna bring our beautiful burn barrel, which doesn't have any shots in it at all. Now, we wanna do the same test. We're gonna shoot through the burn barrel, through both sides, like a car door, 2 layers of it. We're gonna hit the piece of paper in the center chest, and you'll see if there's any damage. Right now it's a clean piece of paper. and then it'll also go in and impact this target right here, okay? So let's begin right here, okay? From a kneeling position. There you go. On your own. One perfect shot through the steel barrel. A little bit higher, maybe 6 inches from the top edge. If you can, let's place a second shot, just a little bit higher than that. I want to hear the steel target. Okay, so we've got 2 shots through our barrel. Entrance wounds. Will frangible rounds go through sheet metal? The answer is yes. Will frangible rounds go through the second layer of sheet metal? In other words, will they break up? The answer is also yes. But you can see, look at all these little spatters. They're turning into pieces, and they went definitely sideways. Definitely sideways, ass end first, through the sheet metal. Then the question is, are they going to injure someone on the back side? Well, look at that. Whoa. Pieces of jacket, pieces of core, pieces of the base. That's the base, clearly. And the rest is turned to powder. All right? Very, very interesting. Very interesting. So it's broken up. It's definitely broken up. Here's the exit from the burn barrel. Okay, so this approximates a car door, very similar as far as what it would do to a bullet. Remember, car doors, you can definitely shoot through them. But the question is, what does it do after you shoot through them? Oh, would these be life-taking injuries? I don't really know. But let's see on the back side of the target. I was listening. I did not hear a ping sound. But if you look at the target, that's from earlier. Don't mind that one. But here's a fragment. Here's a fragment. Here's a little tiny chips of paint right here and here. No real damage to the 2x4, so to speak. Verdict. If you shoot through sheet metal, your frangible round isn't very effective on an anti-personnel capacity after going through a car door. So in other words, can you use it for self-defense through a car? You could try. It will penetrate. But very rapidly, it's beginning to tumble, it's beginning to break into pieces, and by the time it's penetrated a second layer of sheet metal, it is completely broken up, and it is relatively harmless. I didn't say harmless. Mind you, I didn't say harmless, I said relatively harmless. Okay, just for fun, one last thing. Let's come over here. Would you please give us the rest of the magazine on that steel target, just so y'all can see what frangibles are supposed to do. Ready? 6 round center chest. Fight! Nice. Do you have more ammo? Let's do it again, including the speed reload. Do your best. Ready? Fight! Magazine out, on the ground. Magazine in. Bolt closed. 6 rounds. Continue. Let's go. Awesome. Weapon clear. Weapon on safe, please. Thank you. So let's take a look at this target. That's what it's supposed to do. You got really nothing. A little bit of copper powder, otherwise really nothing on the target, okay? So when we look at frangibles, that's what they're designed for. Close range, good positive feedback when you ping on a steel target. Also, what you would have noticed with the student today, Ron, lost count after 6. You saw his hand shaking trying to do the reload. This is normal. This is totally normal. Even in a simple training environment, he was doing just fine until the camera came on. Once the camera came on, the trembling began, and all of a sudden, in the stress, he was able to lose track of where 6 was. So don't fool yourself to think that you're a genius, you're going to be able to problem solve counting to 6, or your hands won't shake. Even someone who's totally calm under ideal circumstances, you'll see hand shaking and losing track of logical procedures such as counting, math, logical thinking, learning. Anyways, we're getting off topic. Any questions on frangibles, put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. My name is Brian Wang. You be good.